Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SSBCrack exams. I'm Anuradha, and I'm back with a session on some killer tips that can help you to crack the Officer's Intelligence Rating or the OIR test in your SSB interview. As you know, that OIR test is a preliminary part of screening test which falls under the stage 1 testing at SSB. And in this test, you will be given some questions from the reasoning section to solve. Now, there are certain important things that you need to keep in your mind while you are solving these questions in the OIR test. So, here in this session, I'm going to explain to you about, first of all, what is the OIR test, what are the things that you are tested on in this test, and how you can perform the best and give your best in the OIR test in SSB interview. But before that, let me tell you that now, if you want to prepare for the OIR test with full confidence and with full clarity, you can do so very easily at the comfort of your home by just logging on to our website ssbcrackexams.com or by downloading our mobile app from the Google Play Store. So you need to subscribe to the OIR course that we have launched for the SSB interview, and there you will get all the concept lectures along with the ways that you can solve these important questions in the OIR test. So please subscribe to our OIR course by downloading our mobile app from the Google Play Store. Well, if you want to prepare for the other defense competitive exams, you can also do so by following the similar procedure, that is by downloading our mobile app and by subscribing to our defense competitive examination related courses, where you will get all the full content lectures, PDF study materials, quizzes, practice exercises, sample practice Q&A, previous year's Q&A, mock tests, and much more. So let's first of all start with the first thing that you need to know is what is an OIR test, right? Now, Officers Intelligence and Rating Test, that is in short OIR test, is conducted as a part of screening process in the phase 1 testing procedure of the SSB interview. There is no rocket science in the questions which are asked in OIR. These are simple reasoning questions which are easy and just require simple logic. Your proficiency in any field is not checked in the OIR test. As mentioned, the questions are simply based on the logical reasoning, both verbal and non-verbal reasoning. Now, in your OIR test, there are 2 booklets which are provided to you. These booklets are a mixture of verbal and non-verbal reasoning questions. Now, before the actual test starts, a practice test of around 10 to 15 questions will be given to you. And it is very important that you go through the practice test in order to understand what will be the pattern of questions and how you can solve them in the actual OIR test. The 2 booklets which are provided for the test will have around 40 to 50 questions in each. The time that is given for solving all these questions in both the booklets will be around a total of 40 minutes. Now, the question may arise that what will be the important topics that you need to practice, because a little practice doesn't harm in the long way. So what will be the questions or what will be the topics from which the questions will be asked from the verbal and the non-verbal reasoning parts of the OIR test? So here you are. I'll tell you what are the topics that you need to study for the OIR test in SSB. So first I'll start with the verbal reasoning topics in the OIR test, and here you are. The topics are analogy, classification, number series, alphabetic series, basic mathematics, coding decoding, word alignment, missing characters, ranking and time sequence, Venn diagrams, blood relations, clocks, calendar, direction and distances, sitting arrangement, puzzles, decision making, assertion and reason, and syllogisms. For the non-verbal reasoning section in the OIR test, the topics that you need to focus on are analogy, classification, figure series, mirror and water images, paper cutting and folding, grouping of identical figures, formation of figures, embedded or hidden figures, completion of figures, counting of figures, dot problems, cubes, and dice. Right? So these are the very important topics that you need to focus on and need to practice questions from these topics. So don't worry, all these important topics are covered in our SSB Crack Exams OIR course. So you can just subscribe to our course and you will get all the important lectures as well as the most important and probable questions that you can get in your OIR test in SSB. So hurry up and subscribe to our OIR course right now. So now I will tell you certain tips that you need to keep in your mind and that will ultimately help you to crack the OIR test in your SSB. So what are the tips that you need to remember? So here you are. The first thing that you need to remember is your ability to answer quickly and correctly, and your capacity to think at the spur of the moment is tested in this test. The key is to solve fast and correctly as many questions as one can. So try solving as many questions as possible. Try doing the most of them because there is no negative marking, right? Attempt the easiest questions first and difficult ones later. Do not spend a lot of time on any one question. If you don't know the answer of the question, then I would suggest you move on to the next one. Remember that the practice test should be done seriously and very carefully. The reason behind this is that the practice set contains the type of questions which are asked in the actual test. They tell you the answers once you finish your practice test, so you get an idea of what is the kind of answers which might be expected. Sometimes for certain questions, there could be two kinds of path you could follow for reasoning. So when you do the practice test, you will get an idea that what is the kind of reasoning path they expect in such situations. Also, in case you have any doubt regarding the answer or any conflict with the answer you have and which they told, so you can clarify with them and get assured. Do not mark anything on the question booklets. Also, prepare from the SSBCrack OIR online course to get an idea of original questions. Practice sample questions daily to improve your speed. Have a better understanding of cube and dice questions of OIR test, because if you are not aware of these questions, it will take more time for you to solve them. So I hope that all these important tips to crack the OIR test in SSB will be much helpful to you. We are already there for your help, so you can very easily do this in a very smart way. And that is by subscribing to our OIR online course, where you'll get all the full content lectures explained easily and in a much better way with full clarity by our top-notch tutors. The tutors have also provided for you the most important and probable questions that you can easily expect in your OIR test in SSB. So hurry up and subscribe to our OIR online course by logging on to our website or by simply downloading our mobile app from the Google Play Store. To prepare for the other parts of the SSB interview, you can also do so by ordering these books from Amazon or Flipkart, or by logging on to our website ssbcrackshop.com. The links for these books are already provided in the description box below, so you can just click on the link and buy these books which will help you to prepare for your SSB interview in a much better way, and that will give you an ace over the other candidates who are appearing for the SSB interview. So I hope that this session has been very informative and helpful to you. I will see you next in my next session with a more informative topic that will help you to crack your SSB interview with flying colors. Till then, you need to stay motivated. You need to be confident of yourself. Jai Hind.